Hey everyone, welcome in. I'm Jess. This is Welcome Wednesdays, and by popular demand, or just because I asked and he kindly agreed, Matthew Dunstan is back on the stream. Hey
Uh,
Matthew, how's it going?
I, well, I mean, your demand is the most important one, even if it's the if you're the only one demanding it. But I think you can overrule everybody else, right? That's the joy of having your own channel.
That's right. Oh man, yeah,
But thank you for having me.
yeah, of course, of course. I remember having Ross on here, and he was like, "Man, you get to make your own rules because it is your own show." So, yeah, it's been a pleasure to have you back. And folks, I have asked Matthew, and he has obliged. We're going to do this kind of like on a quarterly rotation, so you will see him somewhat every 3 or 4 months. So gather up all of your questions, your Q&As now. It's the chance to ask him what's been going on in the world of game design and things. But or you can ask about mustard. I know Tan is really curious about mustard, more mustard talk. So let's say hi to everybody in the chat first. I see Panda. I see Tantaralis. Welcome in. Excuse me. Welcome in. James Brazil is here. Gus Renat is here. Work lurking is totally fine. Yeah, so, and anyone else that might be just hanging out on the chat, you are welcome here. Matthew and I are going to be playing some Post Blow a little bit later today, as well as Can't Stop Express, friends, because it is Thursday or Wednesday. I can't remember what day it is. It is Wednesday, and we do our Can't Stop Express tournament every Wednesday at the end of the stream, and Matthew has agreed to play with me. We're going to play it on BGA too, friends, because we're playing Potion Explosion on BGA. So it's just easier to open up another game table when you already have it all set. So yeah. But Matthew, what have you been up to this week? Have you gotten any games to the table, my friend, either digitally or physically?
I have not, sadly. I have been working on some games, so I've sort of played some things by myself, but none of them worked very well, which often happens when you're trying to make something new. So I played, although on the weekend I did get to play Feast for Odin, which has been a very long time since we've played a Meteor game. So that was nice to get to play.
Very nice. I have yet to play that one. I love Uwe Rosenberg games, but I have yet to play that. How
I
would you
can certainly
compare it to some of
recommend
his
it.
other titles?
Wow. I mean, I haven't played all of his stuff either. It's certainly one of the more complex type of games. In fact, I think it's the only. I have Fields of Arla, which is another sort of complex two-player kind of game. But no, it's a nice sandbox actually. I think it's very that's what I would sort of think. You can really do a lot of different things, and every game's a bit of an adventure. And the polyomino part is always sort of fun, and upgrading the tiles to make them new colors and fit them in different ways. So no, it's nice. It's a bit of a beast to kind of. I think it's just recently come onto Board Game Arena. I think.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Um, so that I would if you want to try it, I think that's probably a really great way to do it because
Okay.
it is a bit it's a bit of a table hog. There's lots of bits and things, and I'm sure I haven't tried the implementation, but I'm sure it would maybe make things a bit more smoother. So,
Okay.
which is not a bad thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, would recommend at least once to try.
Okay. So that might be a next game for us to play because I know I always like I remember talking to you off stream, Matthew, and I was like, okay, I want to play more games with you. It doesn't necessarily have to be games that you have played. Here's my BGG list. And you're like, I don't have much table space. I live in a small apartment. And so I was
Well, I
like,
don't have the kind of I don't really have the setup to be streaming and actually playing
yeah.
games at the same time.
So I was like,
Unfortunately.
okay, we'll have to resort to playing things online via BGA, which is
But
just
in
as
some
great.
cases, that's more efficient, actually, because
Yeah.
as I'm sure we're going to see with, well, I guess Potion Explosion is not the most difficult game, but
Yeah.
sometimes it's useful.
So yeah, sometimes it helps. I know I've played Lost Ruins of Arnak on Board Game Arena, and that could be quite a table hog too. So that's really cool that some of these games can help expedite a lot of the setup and everything, and the time that it takes too to set it up. So when you could just open up a game table on BGA or something and be like, okay, now I'm ready to play. So
You haven't adopted the Eric Martin approach of just throwing all your pieces back in a box, or
That gives me so much anxiety, Matthew. Oh my word! Whenever he's just like here, and just like throws it in the box.
I definitely didn't see the twist where he was able to make a long video after the initial thing to then all the benefits or whatever. That was,
yeah.
that was
Oh gosh, he is a wonderful person. I had the pleasure of playing some games with him a few years ago, pre-pandemic. But yeah, I was like, I just can't. I am such a very organized person that I have a bag of baggies. And like,
oh, I have a bag of baggies. Yeah, I mean it's only game designers and drug dealers have bags of baggies. I mean that's the Venn diagram there.
That's the intersection right there.
Yes.
It's like, and hey, hello to Time Roller. I see you in here. But we do, yeah. So that's, I have to have it, and it gets me. There's something about getting a new game and opening it up and seeing all the components, and then the game like publishers, I mean, no fault to their own, because I know it's cost effective how many bags you put in your game, but it like sometimes I get so like peeved when someone puts in like 2 bags and I'm like, you see, it's a 5-player game, like how can I only I just don't I
can't believe it's a cost thing, surely. I mean that, like, these are not, these are mass produced. Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm not a publisher, but I can't. I've seen enough publishers give so many more than you ever would need, that I can't believe it's the difference between break even or not. Anyway,
I don't know. It's anyway, but enough talk about board game boxes and the lack of baggies. We did have an important question Tan asked you, Matthew. An easy question. How unreal did the success of Voyages crowdfunding feel for you, Matthew?
Yeah, I guess I haven't been on since that happened, I guess, maybe.
No.
Well, I mean, you were... yeah, because... No, we streamed it during the campaign, I think.
Correct.
Probably.
Correct.
Yeah, no, it was quite surreal. I don't know. Running your own Kickstarter it's very not addictive. It just takes all your attention. Like, even if you don't have to be necessarily doing work, but it's just always there. But it was such a nice. I mean, I was actually just really surprised by the kind of positive. We were talking a bit about positivity in communities and things before this, and I just. I think you just never know how the board game community, this amorphous blob, especially on Kickstarter, is going to react, and just that it just seemed to attract a lot of but really positive people, and they weren't, there was a real minimum of folks who, for what like, I think sometimes Kickstarters attract certain types of folks who are, I don't know, ask a lot of questions about things and have expectations, but I think everyone just was sort of quite welcoming and was happy to let us do our experiment and accepted that, and that was not just accepted it, but kind of celebrated it, which was really, I think we're just really, really fortunate, actually.
Yeah, and it's been really neat that you and Rory through Postmark Games have opened up a Discord server, and how the community has grown to even ask for like translation, like rules translation in different languages, and even like box design, like if this was actually to come to like a retail like printing kind of thing, and just the
there's community maps now. There are more community maps than the maps that we've designed. I think there's like 9 or 10 of them already. And especially the translations is also incredible. I mean, I think we actually, I think we believe a lot about folks getting paid for what these kind of professions in the industry, and we were just kind of very clear, like we couldn't really offer translations because we would want to pay for them, but we weren't making that much money to be able to do 10 languages. But to be honest, actually, just members of the community were just like, we just really want to do this. We want to translate it. And we just sort of were, okay, great, thank you. That so it's, we were really, really fortunate. But it's something I haven't quite squared with myself. Like, at what point are you taking advantage of folks? At what point are folks just really happy to be involved? And for them, it's a small thing, and actually kind of everyone benefits, and nobody's really being exploited. But I still struggle with it a little bit. But but I'm very thankful all the same.
Right. Yeah. It's hard to have that kind of like fine line and discernment in a way too, of just thinking about, well, is this something that they want something in return, or are they just doing it out of like, the kindness of their heart, like they want to see this product grow and be more widely available in the hands of others, kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's very much the latter, right? And for
Yeah.
most of the part, that just folks are really enthusiastic. I think they just want to share it with other friends and which is great. I mean, we really benefit from that. So, no, we're really, really, really lucky. So, and also, yeah, like Discord's also, it's we didn't quite think about it, but you send out this link, and because the Kickstarter does so well, it's like 10,000 people, and you're like, even getting a fraction of that, 10%, it's like 1,000 people on Discord server. It's a lot of people.
Yeah.
And we had to very quickly, try and put some mod sort of structures in and things. And we, again, I think we're just very fortunate that kind of community was, by and large, well, in fact, pretty much completely positive and kind of respectful of each other. And,
Yeah.
But that, I know, it doesn't always, I mean, I hope that we help to kind of foster that in the way we kind of communicate with people, but again, we're fortunate with how that worked out.
Yeah, that's really cool. I did join the Discord server, and I feel you what you were saying. There was just like so many, I would get so many notifications that I would have to go through and be like, okay, I'm only gonna have notifications if they ping me directly or if they ping like everyone. So it would be like either you or Rory, and it'd be like, okay, hey everyone, we have a new map uploaded, or something like that. But like all the other external like communication that was happening, I was like, oh my word, like this is so much good. Like, so I could see that the two of you or whoever else is kind of helping moderate that it could just be a lot going on moving forward. So.
Yeah. So we'll see. Anyway, it's been great, and I can't, and it's allowed us to. We're starting to work on a new game that we hope that will release somehow later this year.
Okay.
So I think it's the fact that it did so well has allowed us, especially Rory, who has a full-time job as a freelance graphic designer. It's allowed him to allocate more time to this to Postmark because he can, it financially can make sense. And I think if the project hadn't done so well, then we wouldn't have necessarily been able to do that,
That's awesome. And you always have a platform in the Twitch community, Matthew, for you both to come on and be like, hey, we're going to play this new game. So the door is
that's
open.
just also, that's really kind as well. And actually someone else was just streaming, a few folks have streamed Voyages as well, just afterwards without us saying anything. Which is also that kind of like support has been really great. I realized that I was doing it all wrong trying to set up a stream myself as a designer. I should just release a game because that's been a lot more better. I've had a lot more people watching us play Voyages like me doing some solo stream than I ever did before. But it's a really nice. I think we were saying also like our I mean, I like to think I'm in roughly the same corner of Twitch as you, or at least adjacent. But it's a nice corner of Twitch to be in.
Yeah. And for those that weren't familiar, Matthew still has his Twitch channel, although is not as regular as like myself or like Panda or someone like that, who by the way says hello, Matthew. Panda Angel's in the chat. That you were doing a lot of game design and like chatting. It was kind of more of like a Q&A and talking about your process and answering questions and going through a lot of like your process, I guess, and how you did like the game design and things, and you would do like little game jams and whatnots. And so it was really valuable. And I remember telling my husband about it because he's an aspiring game designer and he's been working a lot of different projects at the same time. So I would like poke him to watch your streams and to get that insight of just like the process and how it goes through and like pitching your design to a publisher and all of that kind of thing. So it was just really, really valuable. And so it was a necessary part of like board gaming Twitch to see like you're like having like another side of it, especially coming from a game design of knowing like sometimes it could be years before you see a game actually like come to life. It could be in years of development and years of just being ideas on paper until it actually be like a full form product. And so that was really neat to kind of see that journey. And I do have to say, Matthew, you were very pleasant to listen to. Like, I would have you on in the background and I would be like lurking and listening, but I would still get so much insight of just like how pleasant your streams were.
Oh, thank you. That's
So
very kind.
yeah.
I may still come back. I've got to find a way to kind of. I did enjoy it. I think I just couldn't quite. Um, I don't know how streamers do it in a way. It's the kind of it's the how do I say? It's like the juxtaposition of having to have a schedule because
Yeah.
regularity is good, but at the same time, for me, regularity became a bit of a straitjacket at some point. You know,
Yeah.
when that feeling of like, I don't really want to stream today, but I kind of have to, and it was that feeling that was like, am I, what am I doing? But
Yeah.
if I can find a way to solve that, I'll come back certainly. But I did enjoy it.
You heard it first here, friends. Matthew will be coming back. And hi to Book of Nerds, lurking and listening. Good to see you in here, my friend. I'm going to be on his channel tomorrow playing some cartographers. We are calling it the J Squared Show. It's John and Jess. So
very nice.
yeah, it'll be nice.
Matthew and I were kind of poking around on doing different names for our little streams here, but it's still in process, so we're not going to reveal it just yet.
We could just be called a work in progress. That's just the
that's our show. It's the work in progress. There we go. Yeah. So Matthew, what have you been doing outside of gaming? Have you been getting anything cooked that you would like to share? Any new recipes that you've tried or dabbled in?
No, sadly. It's not well, it's a little a crossover. I have finally got back to working on my cooking board game. Which is my it's sort of like if you took something like MasterChef and crossed it with Wingspan. It's not exactly that, because obviously Wingspan's amazing. I can't quite just say that it's going to be as good as that, but yeah. So it's coming along okay actually. So no, I made a really nice lasagna. I always like when it's not new, but it takes enough effort that we don't do it so often, and it's one of my favorite foods. And we made it on Monday evening, so that was nice. And it's also nice because it feeds you for the rest of the week.
With it?
No, I'm sorry, we're a cheat. But we do have we do live in a studio apartment, so there's sort of a limit to the number of like gadgets that one can have for the kitchen,
Yeah.
Okay. In my defense, but small. You make your own pasta then, I'm guessing.
No, I don't. I'm cheap too. I do store-bought stuff. But I know, just like the passion of like creating something like lasagna is a multi-step process. Like for when it comes to pasta, it's not just, okay, I have the sauce and I have the noodles that I'm using, and whatever. It's like you have the layering and the baking, and like if you don't have the layers fairly even, you get a lot of overflow that just pours out and it bubbles up and it just makes everything look like a mess. So yeah, lasagna is definitely a process to like get it nice and stuff. So do you have a secret? Do you pre-cook your pasta noodles before you bake it?
No, I do not.
Okay.
I pre-cook. We do a vegetarian one, so it's courgette and sweet potato.
Okay.
Primarily, and tomato, of course. And no, I don't think we do anything particularly. It's a BBC recipe.
Nice.
I've never had really any problems. I think you just got to make sure you use enough cheese.
Okay.
We use my mother-in-law's bechamel sauce. Actually, my mother-in-law has a really good food blog. If you ever want to make Czech food, for example, it's called something like Recipes from Grandma. So it's like Czech grandmother's recipes.
Okay.
Which is interesting, but yeah. So we picked up a few little tricks from her. You also the one thing I haven't been on the stream since. We made our own Czech Christmas cookies this year for the first time.
Which was sort of, okay.
That it's a tradition in the Czech Republic that everyone makes. They're called cukroví. They're just small, cookies. And if anyone comes to visit, you have a little plate with them, and you often give them to other people when you go and visit them. So everyone kind of swaps them, and there are certain kind of like standard types. My favorite is they're called wasps' nests, which are you have a chocolate sort of ganache, a refrigerated kind of ganache kind of thing. You put it into this mold which looks like a wasp's nest, like a sort of a tiered pyramid, round thing. And you put a filling in that, which is normally with some alcohol, but it's like a sort of custard filling, and then you top that with a biscuit, and then you put it back upside down so it looks like a wasp net or a Christmas tree almost. It looks like a chocolate Christmas tree actually, but yeah.
That sounds delightful. Oh my gosh.
It was a very long process. It took about a week.
Oh my gosh!
We're still eating them now. Yeah, we must have made easily like 500 cookies, I think, probably.
Whoa.
And we store them on the balcony still, because that's the best refrigerator. So we still have them now. I tried to bring some Australian ones so I got some recipes from my mum, but I couldn't make them very well. I don't know if you have this thing, kofa in the States. It's basically coconut oil, but It's like solidified coconut oil. But it's not pure coconut oil. There's something else in it, and that you can melt it down and you can use it as a sort of on like layers on cakes and slices and things.
Yes.
But they don't have it here, so we had to use pure coconut oil, which led to some really interesting, consistency issues. I don't know if you've ever baked with coconut oil, but it's sort of this funny thing that's only just solid basically at room temperature.
Yes.
It really any like you just holding it in your hand is enough to basically melt it. So it was interesting. Anyway.
Yeah, there was a time that my husband and I, we were on kind of it was called an elimination diet, where we were trying to see like what food allergies we had, because we did notice that like certain food types we would eat caused us to have some sort of reaction. So we did this diet, and a lot of it had low food intolerances. So like coconut was very useful, and avocado oil, and things like, and you couldn't do a lot of like grains or rices or anything like that, because sometimes some of those things, but we did use a lot of coconut oil in our cooking. And yeah, Matthew, we had like a jar, and it was just a solid jar. And you had to basically like scrape out what you wanted to use for it, and then put it like in your pan or in your dish or whatever, and let it heat up so that it would melt to have the correct like measurement, for the coconut oil or for the for the avocado oil or something like that. But yes, it was like this solidified mass that was like, okay, time to make some pancakes or whatever it was, and you're just like scraping forever in the day to try to get it out.
It doesn't look very appetizing, I must admit, when it's solidified. No, because it's quite close to like lard or something.
Yes,
like,
yes. Panda says she
which I guess is probably similar, really.
It is. Well, in terms of like creating like a fat content, right?
Yeah, of course, yeah. But without the meat part.
Speaking of lard, I also have a lard story. So I have Hispanic background, and so I'm learning a lot of Hispanic dishes of cooking and wanting to incorporate in my lifestyle and family recipes and things like that. And so I found this recipe for making tamales, and a lot of the cooking style that they would have would include lard to cook in it, because the extra fat in that oil would give flavor to things. But like you said, Matthew, it's a solidified mass, and it does not look appetizing at all. But when you add it to other foods, it's just delicious. So I know for those that are non-animal, like non-carnivorous, I apologize, but for me it was quite the experience to ask for lard like in the supermarket.
Well, actually, it's interesting here. I've done the same. Duck fat, which is similar. That is in English cooking, you roast potatoes in duck fat or goose fat, and it's delicious. Actually, in Prague here, there's a restaurant that does duck. They're a kind of Asian restaurant, but they leave jars of duck fat outside for anybody to take, basically, which is just left over from the cooking process.
Wow.
So yeah, you can get your lard for free, which is quite good.
That is very nice. Geez, that's like that's very handy too, especially if you know like how to use it and how to keep it. But I knew it has a limited shelf life when you
Yeah, I
use
think you
it.
keep it in the fridge for about. You can like kind of freeze it or like sort of for like a certain number of months, but at a certain point it just sort of goes rancid, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So,
Panda says she has filtered bacon grease and she's saved that.
ooh,
And she said you can also buy lard in bricks at certain stores. And she wished
sounds
her
delicious.
she wishes her local Asian barbecue place would give them free lard to go, free duck fat.
I also think now bacon has just reminded me. I did have a housemate, probably the person I know in my life who's who makes all their own pasta. Who does? She, when I was a student back in Australia, cured their own bacon over the
Whoa.
course of many weeks in the fridge, and it's like a share house. But it was very difficult. Not difficult, but it was very tempting every time you'd open the fridge, and you'd get this amazing smell of bacon. And it wasn't kind of ready, the
Right.
process takes quite a long time, like weeks, effectively.
Yeah.
And they made basically a baking tray full, like huge, like
Oh,
sort
gosh.
of amount of bacon.
Oh,
It was
gosh.
delicious when it finally was done, but it was sort of torture for the weeks while we had to see it and smell it, but couldn't eat it, sort of thing.
Yeah. That would be torture because I love bacon on a lot of things. I was watching another YouTube streamer and he was cooking Brussels sprouts for dinner, and I asked him if he's ever cooked it with bacon and like pre-cooking the bacon and using some of the grease to cook the Brussels in, and he was like, I have never done that before. I actually have bacon in my refrigerator. So he like went to the fridge like live on Twitch and was like, okay, I'm gonna cook this, Jess said I should do this, and like he totally like improved his recipe, in my opinion, by like cooking the Brussels sprouts in the bacon grease.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Another tip, actually, that I ate recently: roasted chickpeas.
Oh,
Try them in
okay.
your salads.
Okay.
Absolutely delicious.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
I'm a big hummus fan, so
Yeah, but you get this amazing. It's like it's almost close to nut at some point. Like
Okay.
once you give it this roast, you get this really lovely nuttiness and crunchiness, but still, it's still a chickpea. So it's no, it was really. I just not had any. I hadn't had that before. It was a real surprise, actually. So,
were they seasoned with anything like salt and pepper or anything?
I don't know. It was at a restaurant, so I
Okay.
don't quite know what they did to it.
You're like, can you put this on the counter so I could take that home with me?
Yeah. No, they. No, we were. Well, I think that's the other really great thing about we're talking about vegetarianism. Actually, Prague it's kind of strange in a way that it's very international for food, but also lots of really good vegetarian restaurants.
Yeah.
Which is not really expected. Czechs are kind of known for the kind of duck and dumplings sort
Okay.
of diet. That's the the national, well, not the national dish, but it's the traditional
Okay.
sauerkraut and dumplings and meat. But
Yeah.
lots of really good vegetarian options, which is useful.
Pickled veggies, huh?
I love pickled veggies. Yeah, that was that. Yeah, I really. Yeah, it's something similar to mustard, isn't it? It's the sort of the
Yep.
stringency, like or kimchi, for example.
Yep.
It's all like kind of that vinegary kind of thing, but it's not for everybody, I know. But
Yeah.
I do.
So I have a favor to ask you, Matthew. I have this jar of whole grain mustard in my fridge, and I have no idea what to do with it because I bought it for a recipe. I did basically like a corned beef and cabbage kind of like stew, but it was used with like bratwurst instead of corned beef. And it called for whole grain mustard to give that kind of tanginess to the stew. But I have not found any other recipe that I could use it for. And it's unfortunate because I'm like, I don't know what to do with this. And my husband is not a huge fan of mustard and to begin with. And so I'm like, well, I want to put it in so that it's like subtle in ways, but then like not so like, prevalent that he's just like, oh, I taste mustard in this, kind of thing. So I was like, I need to ask the guy that makes his own mustard. He will know.
Yeah, there are a lot of really good options. I think like one is just as a vinaigrette. Like if you just mix it with a little bit of honey and a little bit of oil, it's a really nice on salads.
Okay.
You could also roast, like you could sort of do a crust on like lamb with whole grain mustard. and then
Huh.
roast or bake that, and that will also like dial down the astringency a little bit as you roast it. So so you have that kind of crust, which it could be quite nice. And you can even mix it with like a little bit of like breadcrumbs or something to give it a bit more of a like
Okay.
texture for the crust.
We do
Uh,
like ourselves
yeah.
some lamb here, so.
Yeah, no, well, it's a wonderful combination. Even just having it as a sort of accoutrement or something when you're eating is and the only other thing I was just thinking about was which it's now gone out of my head. No, I've lost it. But there are, or just on on sandwiches and things like that.
Right.
It's quite. Oh yeah, chicken also very good. I mean, I don't normally do whole grain mustard, but it's a great marinade for chicken. So if you
Oh.
again mix, if you do honey and mustard as just a straight marinade for chicken, leave it overnight, and then either
Okay.
bake it or barbecue it. It's a really nice marinade.
All right. I'm going to hold you to those, Matthew. I'll try them out, and the next time you come on, I'll let you know how they go.
Excellent. I'm glad.
Thank you, my friend. It's not like I was like, the only reason Matthew is here is so that he can tell me what to do with this jar of mustard. No, that is not the only reason. He is here so we can play a game too, my friends. But this food talk has been delightful, and thank you, Time Roller, for the hydrate. Redeeming our hydrate. And we will be getting to do the potion explosion here, post-blow. Matthew has shared with me, friends, that it has been a little bit since he has played post-blow. So I am very, very excited to know that I have a slight advantage on playing this game. Oh, but we have a Where is Soma redemption. Oh, gosh. All right, Matthew, I need to leave you with the chat for a moment, my friend, while I go get my co-host. Are you okay with that?
No worries. That's all right. I definitely am not going to stage a coup.
Okay. Start a virtual food fight with everyone?
Yeah. Just smear something over my webcam or something.
All right, hold on a moment. Everyone,
Luck.
ask Matthew some kind words in the chat. Be kind. I will be right back.
We'll all have fun with each other. I think it'll be fine. Mutiny, excellent. Panda's on board, excellent. And I need able folks to help me take over. What's my favorite thing about Jess? She's just positive. I think it's and she's extremely supportive. Actually, I remember when I started streaming, she was one of the first people who would listen along and reach out and be really encouraging. So yeah, that was but I think anyone who watches her channel would also know that, I'm sure. Panda asks, what is one spice that I cannot live without? That is a good question. I must say I'm more of a herb person than spices, generally. But if it was herbs, it would have to be something like rosemary, probably. But I don't know. Maybe like turmeric or something like that. I really enjoy turmeric. Oh, I was going to say, well, I could tell. You can make with mustard. You can make really great curries as well, like mustard flavored curries. James asks, "Have I played Herbaceous?" No, I haven't, but it does look lovely. It does look really lovely.
Oh, were you all kind to Matthew to make sure he didn't stage a coup?
They took very good care of me. They did.
All right, James, here she is. Soma, Gamer Kitty Soma. I had to go find her. She was not in her normal sleep spot. She was in a new sleep spot today. So she's quite sleepy. Her eyes are half open, but here she is, friends. Yeah.
She looks very relaxed.
She is. She is very relaxed. Oh, did you answer which spice you cannot live without, Matthew?
I did. Well, I said rosemary first because I have to admit I'm a bit more of a herb than a spice person, but probably turmeric or something like that, I think.
Ooh. Do you add turmeric to a lot of things?
The best cake I ever made recently had turmeric in it.
Okay.
It was a sort of a new, kind of opened up this new sense of like what cakes could be, which was good for me. And also my favorite Thai curries have turmeric in them. So
I love me some good curry. Curries are delightful.
yes, and that's what I said. Actually, now remember. You can make great mustard curries as well. Actually.
Oh, yes.
So if you look at Bengali cuisine, actually, like West Bengal, that's the main mustard growing region in India.
Okay.
And they have amazing curries with mustard.
You're gonna have to DM me some like links, my friend, and just like
I haven't ever actually made it, but I was really I was really fortunate when I visited India. I had a friend whose mother was in the government, and when you go to Delhi, all the so India is made up of states, like different regions, effectively.
Right.
They all have their own kind of like embassies in the capital in Delhi. And on the bottom floor of that is a restaurant for like usually it says of people who work in the office, but anyone could go there, and it's always they bring chefs from the region, and so you can actually eat like in this very small kind of like governmental kind of region within Delhi. You can eat every cuisine from cooks straight from that place. So we went to the West Bengali embassy or whatever, or state.
That's cool.
And I had the most amazing fish mustard curry, which was delicious.
Oh my gosh. This is getting me hungry. I should have brought a snack while we're playing games here. I do have my breakfast tea, though. I do have my breakfast tea. So
that's enough of a snack. That counts.
It's filling. It could be filling.
Yes.
All right, friends. Thanks, James, for the lurk. Please drive safe. Oh, you're diving back into work. I thought you said you were driving back from work. Okay. Anyway, either way, please be safe while you're working. Lurking. Panda starting a mutiny. I know. It's Panda Shark is on the rise. But we're going to allow it for now because Soma's here and Matthew's here, and we're going to have some fun playing Post Blow. So, friends, we have each picked our 2 ingredients here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start us off. Matthew, let me know if you have any questions on, because I don't know if you've played this on Board Game Arena. Have you, the implementation or not?
I haven't, but I'm sure I'll be fine. I think I will ask if I have any questions.
Okay. It's you're a smart cookie, I know, so it'll be fine. And hello,
and if
Tom
I lose,
Posh.
I'll blame the fact that I haven't played it before.
Yeah,
BGA, so.
I don't know what I'm doing here. So, okay. And might I just mention, where did you get this avatar image, Matthew? It is quite joyful.
It's a stock one from BGA, actually. I think.
Really?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Oh, that is so. I was like, what is this? This is so sweet.
Sorry, yeah, I wish it was some better story than that, but yeah. It was...
No, it's fine. It's totally fine. But it was like, yeah, I just grabbed it from the BGA stock photos. And hello to Blue.
Everyone could be a cute Viking.
Yeah, there we go. It's fine. It's one of those games that you enjoy more in person. Yes, same, Bridget. I do enjoy moving the marbles around and hearing them, like clang against each other. But we can make our own, explosion sounds if we want to. So, okay. So now I've got yes, there we go. The Abyssal Draft. So I can, when I finish this one, I can get one of each color from the bottom track. If there are all 4 colors, I can take all 4. This one allows me to repeat a previous potion that I have completed. So let us know, friends, in the chat if you have any other questions about this game, if you haven't played it or anything like that. So otherwise, we're just going to go ahead and start playing. And wish us the best. Panda, if you want to make a poll and see who you think is going to win this game, that would be delightful. People can throw in their channel points for that. Time Roller says, Australian Vikings are well known for their savage cuteness. Agreed.
Oh, that's very kind.
All right. I think I'm going to take this one here. And no stream sniping, Matthew. Don't look at my stream while I'm trying to take my turn, sir.
I mean, I could just watch the shared thing that we already have.
Yeah, there we go.
That also works.
That also works. Okay. So I'm gonna do that there. I will take this. Sure. And confirm. And I'm gonna use all, because that will be nice there. Fill in those here, and then fill my beaker, and be done.
Very good.
Okay. Very good. Indeed. Now I've got some red and blue. I'll go for this one.
Here. Take the ingredients.
Alrighty, sir.
Okay.
Oh, that was a nice one.
Yeah, I think it worked out okay. I'm guessing that does that. Yes, there we go. Very good. Yeah, I think that works.
Okay. So, no finishing for Matthew on that one. That is quite all right. Do that there.
Already dropping behind.
That's all right. I did start a tournament on Ross's Discord of playing this game with some folks in the Discord.
Oh, you're hustling me now. I didn't know that you had such a history with this game.
And so, yes, I just started it last week, so I'm like 4 games in. So I do have a slight advantage on playing this. But it's fine. I think that there's also a slight advantage to Matthew because he is my guest and I'm also monitoring streaming right now, so...
No, I think it's definitely a fair fight. I think you having to run a stream is certainly enough of a handicap. So to speak.
Yeah, it is definitely there.
That's perfectly reasonable.
Perfectly reasonable, indeed. Tan says, seems like your sounds do not work properly, Jess. Your beaker doesn't make the typical meet, 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 meet sounds from the Muppets. Yes, I know. There's Dr. Bunsen and Beaker. Classic Muppet characters, indeed, indeed. Oh, I like this one. I think I like this one. I'm going to start with that one, which allows you to fill in any holes of incomplete potions regardless of their color, which is very nice. And I have a yellow and a red, so I will take that one as well. All right, back to you, sir.
You've done 3. Good. Oh, that's quite something. Okay. To take a... Oh, I see. Yeah.
And don't forget, friends, we are still going to play our Can't Stop Express tournament. That is still going on. If you would like to participate, just grab yourself some pens and papers. I think I have the Moobot active. If not, let me see. If not, let me try to do the tournament here. Tournament. Can I spell tournament right? Tournament is one of those odd words. There's the secret letters in there. Tournament. Nope, it's not. Okay. Oh, you fulfilled 2. Very good, very good.
Okay, I think that's finished. Yes, I have to take some more. Oops, where have they gone? Oh, here we go. I was looking for the potions down the bottom of the screen, but they've hopefully come up.
Oh, I realized that did that. Okay, never mind. There we go.
Okay, sorry.
No, take your time, my friends. Take your time.
No, it's more just finding my way around the interface, but I think I've got the hang of it.
Now here it comes, the domination of playing. I figured it out, Jess. I figured out how to do this now. Okay, let's see here. What do I want to do? I have those two there. Oh gosh, I need a lot of red. Oh, you left me with not a whole bunch of options there, my friend. Okay. Let's take this.
I'll pretend that was perfectly strategic, but I don't think it was.
It was, but it might have not been. Okay. Then I'm going to do this here, and I will fill that in there. And use this to take one of everything except for blue down on the bottom there. Fill that in there. I'm going to repeat a potion and do this one and this one. And fill that in there. And then I will repeat again and do these three here.
Very nice.
Okay. So now I only have 3 different types. So it's either 5 unique potions or 3 of a kind to get those ribbons. So I think I'm going to work on this one.
Yeah. Well, you got the
this one.
Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. All right.
All right, there we go. That should work now. Ooh, you got that repeater one too. That's really good.
Yeah, I'm trying to work out how to. It's saying you can use the potion. Oh, you have to select that. I see.
Oh yes, select which one you wanted to use. Yep.
Right. Hopefully that's right. Confirm. Okay, there we go. And then.
So one of the reasons I picked this game for Matthew and I to play was because back in the day he was a research scientist. So I thought, this is kind of fun.
A while ago.
In a galaxy far, far away, right?
Yeah. Let's do that one. Okay. Sorry, I'm sure this is sparkling content as I sort of,
that's why
muddle my way.
I love seeing your brain process, because this is exactly what I wanted to happen. It's just us chit-chatting and playing our game, and just enjoying each other's gaming presence. So, all right, back to me, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so, I need a lot of red. Matthew, I don't need all those blues, sir.
I'm sorry, I shook the thing just for you.
You shook them around. I don't need all these blues. Oh, good grief. What is happening here? Okay, well, I'm going to take this, I guess. I'll take that one. Boom. Boom. All right. We've got explode, explode, explode. And then that's going to fill there. We'll fill 2 here. Now, can I can do that there. Okay. I will take 1 to get help here. Take that there. Fill this over here. And finish moving ingredients. So that one is complete.
Very nice.
Thank you. And then with this one, I will do all 3 there. Yeah. And fill.
Yes, I think not getting any done on the first turn was a bit of a mistake, basically. I feel a little bit behind.
It is okay, my friend. Like I said, I have recently played this, so it's like fresh in my brain space. So.
Yeah. No. It's very good. I'm seeing how it's done.
Yeah, I am not a post blow master by any means.
Well, I mean, you're using the lingo, so you're already.
I'm already one step ahead.
What shall I do? That might be good. I just need. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I'm a splow shark, Gus. I try, but I'm not that good at these things.
Oh, I've screwed it up. Oh no, I haven't. Oh well.
You have an undo, I think.
No, it's fine. It was more just how I was thinking, but it's not a problem. Not a problem at all.
See what. Show everybody what.
Unfortunately, we'll waste this, I think, but it would be quite a waste. I think I just have to do that. Yeah, it's a bit of a waste, but oh well.
But at least you'll get to get it completed, though.
Yes. I have to think about what I want to do. That one probably. 3 of one type. Yeah. Okay. Black and blue. How do you switch between the ingredients in your hand and the beaker, if that makes sense?
Click on
I'm just
each.
trying to select which ones I want to.
Which ones you want to use? Which one were you going for?
Because I think I wanted to put the black one in my beaker, but and I selected it and then hit fill, but it put the yellow one instead.
Okay, so click on the yellow one in your beaker, Matthew, and then click above in that row of 4 other marbles to put it back, and then select the black one that you want.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. There we go. Okay.
There you go. Yep.
And do I want that? I guess so. Black. Sure. I wanted that.
Yeah, these are quite tricky potions. I've noticed when I played this too, to get through to see which potions work in tandem with one another. And you can see what that looks like. So like the recurring one that you and I both have is very nice because it could be universal for any of them, right?
Yeah.
And then for some of the other ones that you're like, oh, this only works if I had this other potion to go in conjunction with it. So like now I'm kind of stuck because I have one, the Lavamancing one just moves marbles in the slide track and I don't get anything in my personal supply. So that could help rotate out some stuff, but it's kind of a luck of the draw too, because if I decide to use it and move some of those marbles back, sometimes it could work in my favor that the ones that I want fall closer to me or they could not. So that's kind of like, it's a press your luck kind of thing in that way.
It's tricky.
It is very tricky. Oh, goodness me. Okay, Matthew, you gave me all the blues again. Okay. I don't think I will be... Oh, I made the mistake of grabbing some really large potions this time. I don't know if I will be able to finish them. Yeah, Dan. I did use your signature quote. This is going to be tricky, my friend. Tricky. Oh, goodness. Okay. Well... How can I do that? Both of these need a lot more potion marbles. So if I did this, get help, I could do that here. But I won't be able to get 3 to finish there. Okay. Oh, darn it. Okay.
Your discomfort is pleasure to my ears. So.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna have to finish. Oh yeah, I took 2 potions that have way too many marbles to fill in on one turn. All right, back to you, sir.
Well, I may as well probably steal the stuff. Oh, I must select your pool. Did I do that? Confirm. Yes. So, what do I need? That will give me. Probably be useful. So I probably should focus on that. So that. So I need a blue and 2 blacks.
So yes, friends, after this we will be doing some Can't Stop Express. I am going to play it on BGA so you all can play along with us. Get your papers and pens ready, or if you want to, there's a link in the chat there. And now for some reason my chat window, come on now chat, is not showing. That is so odd. Oh, Matthew, can you finish that last one?
I will be able to, yes. I just will take help, I guess. Let's do that one. Fill that up.
Very nice, very nice.
So can I? No, I'm not going to be able to do that. So I guess I will hold, I think, because that will give me 2, which will not be enough. So I'll fill that. Okay. How many do I have? This. Yeah, and I guess once all these tokens are gone, then it won't. Although, will you get a token? I don't know. I don't know. Let's do.
Oh, you can't finish that. Wait, do you have a fill? Oh, what's the drawing one for every slide track? Okay. So you could.
No, I don't think I can because I could only get a yellow, well, like 1 yellow, one black, because they have to be different colors, I think.
Right. And did you already use your help?
Take one of each color from the bottom row.
Yeah, so it'd only be 1 yellow, 1 black.
Yeah, exactly. I have got it right in my head. Yeah, I don't think there's any other way I can. Yeah. Do it.
And you already used your get help from this turn. Okay.
Yeah.
Ah, so close.
So close. Confirm. Okay, there we go. Done.
All right. Well, I don't have anything extra in this here. Oh, all of these yellows. Ugh. Darn it. All of these yellows. So many yellows here. So many yellows. Meeple Conrad, hello, sir. Meeple Conrad, Matthew, is the lovely person that designed my new logo.
Oh, welcome. Oh, hello. It's a lovely logo.
Welcome in. We are just exploding some potions here. And I think I'm ahead.
I think you are, yes. I think
that's a fair statement to say. Oh, yes. Okay.
Especially if you can finish it now, if you're able to.
Okay, so I could do this. And I can do this. Oh, that's so nice. Meeple Conrad says, someone shared a mug with my new logo on Bonds' Discord, and I went, oh, that is cool. Yes, you did
great.
some amazing work, Conrad. Thank you very much. I love it. I love it. Okay. Matthew, I think you still have a chance, sir.
You're not going to finish it.
No, I cannot.
If you...
I cannot because I have
Oh,
four
you've already-
spaces.
Yeah.
I have 4 spaces, and this.
Yeah. This bottom row is not very helpful, is it?
I mean, it is, but it isn't. Because I could fill in 2 spaces right now by using it, but I guess that's okay. I guess that's okay to get it started here. I'll do that. Confirm. And then I'll just fill in that way and hit finish. Yep.
Unfortunately, I have all this stealing potions, which are a bit terrible at this moment. Which I don't know.
Oh, you got all the steely ones.
Fool that I am.
No, you're not a fool.
So what I can do at least, I can fill that up. Oops. Oh, sorry, you're still.
This one. Okay. All right. Sorry. Yeah. Now it is your turn. Sir.
No. It's just funny. The game reminds you. It's not your turn. What are you trying to do?
Stop planning ahead, sir.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, stealing potions in a 2-player game is rough. That is true, Gus. That is true. And I don't know why my chat is no longer popping up visually on screen, but that's another thing I'll have someone to help me with this weekend. Slivers is our tech guru, so he'll have to help me out with that.
Okay, so...
Can you finish both on this turn, Matthew? Can you finish both?
It'll be very close, but I think I'm gonna be 1 off, unfortunately. I'm pretty sure. Or no, hold on, maybe not. Like, yeah, if I do that, then I do that. Yes, probably. Hold on.
Yeah.
I'll get help. Whoops, I have to decide that.
Yes, I totally, that's totally fine, Conrad. That is totally fine. You are a busy bee with your new job. So congratulations on that too. That's really awesome. But yeah, no worries at all.
Hopefully that's a red.
Oh yeah, very nice. See, you did both. There you go, sir.
Yes, I got
it. Yes. Hey, Phantom People. Hello.
Oh my gosh, I won.
Oh, you won on this last one. Okay, hold on a second. So you got the final ribbon, and because you were second player, you actually activated the end game. So I didn't get another turn. But I think what happened too is you got all of your potions, and they must have been higher point values than mine. So yeah, 6 and 6 is 12, 3 is 15, 20, 34, 48. Yeah, 48 with your potions you completed. And even though I completed, I think I did more potions than you.
We did the same number. We've both done.
Oh, yeah.
We've both completed 8.
Yeah, it was just lower point scores. GG, sir. Very nicely done. Yeah.
I'd love to say that it was all planned, but I think I got a bit lucky there in the end.
Can we get some GGs in the chat, friends? Let me get some GGs in the chat. I'm gonna switch over to this view right now while I am getting set up for our next game. But all right, Matthew, what did you think of the implementation of post flow versus playing it in real life?
Yeah, I mean, it's never going to be, especially a game like that is so tactile. It's never going to quite. Sorry, excuse me. Add up to the. Yeah, I must admit there is a little bit of that kind of the number of times it came up and I'd clicked that ordering thing is once you get your head around that. I mean, it's fine. You never sort of do things with it. I mean, it flows fine. I think they did a good job, but I'm not sure if it's the game I would seek out as an online experience. I think I would try and play.
Right. Yeah. There is an implementation on the Steam app that I actually enjoy much better because when you pull from the slide track, it actually does a little like explosion like animation. And your potions fill in, and so it's the added effects, kind of make it a thing. So All right, friends, I am going to have Matthew play some Can't Stop Express with me. You are all welcome to join. Just in the chat, I'm just going to create the 2-player game here with the 2 of us. And so, Matthew, if you want to look on Board Game Arena, there should be a new game table open for you.
Do I go to...
maybe go to the home page.
Oh, yes, there we go. I've got it. It's all right. I think I accept.
Yes, that is true. So Tantarolus also said that the Steam app has AI that you can play against as well. So it kind of gives it a little more competition for playing.
Is it the same as the iOS app? Because I think I actually have the iOS app.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think they did a good job of that. I don't know why I don't really play games on my phone at the moment, but yeah, it was good when I did play.
Yeah. So, okay, friends, here we are. Can't stop. Whoever would like to play, let us know in the chat. Currently, Matthew, the score to beat is 430 points.
Oh, goodness me.
That seems like a lot. However, you will see on your score sheet there are various rows and ways on how you can score in the hundreds. So it can be possible. So basically in the game, what happens is we roll the 5 dice. They're all standard D6. We take 4 of those dice and put them in pairs. So you'll see on BGA, it sorts out the pairs for you and into the 2 sets there. Whatever row you decide to utilize. So like in this example, if I wanted to take the 2 as a 5th die value, I would click on the little green check mark next to that and it fills in everything for me. Every row that you start, friends, you will get minus 200 points. But if you complete enough squares of that same sum value up to the 5th box in the center of column C, you will get 0 points for that row. And then every one greater than 5 up to 10 check boxes in that row will give you the number of boxes multiplied by the point value in column A. Okay? And we will keep playing until both of us have one of our 5th die value rows filled in all the way. And then we will get our scores. So it looks like Gus is going to play with us. Anyone else in the chat would like to play? Let us know. Otherwise, we're just gonna start rolling. Matthew, did you have any questions? I know that was kind of like a quick and fast way to explain the game.
No, that's fine. I think for the 5th die, once you lock in a value for that, like you're only going to have 3 values that you'll be able to use.
Correct.
As the 5th die. Yeah.
Correct.
Can you select are you locked out from selecting later on? Like, are you sort of locked out from selecting one, or do you just not cross off a 5th die if you sort of can't do it, or you always have to choose
they're not
a
visually shown? Yeah. So if you have 3 already allocated for your game, that's it. If you don't yet, you can still. So let's say I pick a 2 this time around, and like the next few, there's always 2s. I could still just keep choosing the number 2. I don't have to decide to pick a 2nd one or a 3rd one or whatever. Yeah, but yeah.
And there's no points for the 5th die. It's just
Correct.
a timer.
Correct. Yep, you got it. All right. So here we go. I think I'm gonna go with 10s and 9s are really nice. So yeah, I think I will.
I'd already thought I would do that.
You picked that one too, sir?
Yes. Is it completely asynchronous, or is it how does it work when we're both on the same table, or does it have to wait till we both select or something?
It does wait until we both select. Yes, but we are all going from the same set of dice.
I see.
Yep. So here's our new roll. Okay. So, what can I use here?
Oh, more 10s and 9s. Seems like
So I guess I'm going to go... Do I go for a 1? Is Matthew going to go for a 1? That's the thing. Am I going to go for the same game as you, sir? I'm going to try to go for higher scores. Because the more... the likelihood of rolling 7s on 2d6 is more likely than rolling a 2 and a 12. Hence, the 2s and the 12s are higher point values than like 6, 7, and 8 are.
See what they did there.
Yeah. So you were saying this is a Sid Saxon game, and you were talking about how he did a lot in gaming as far as like writing books and things, right?
Yeah. So I mean, he was a designer, and but known for Can't Stop, and maybe Acquire is probably his other most famous game. But he kind of was a collector of games in a strange way. It was sort of, this is pre-Board Game Geek, in the, I don't know, the 60s and 70s. And he would, by correspondence, he would sort of track down the rules for games from all around the world and try and bring them together. I guess you had the kind of Hoyle's, card games,
right,
encyclopedia and things like that. But there wasn't really anything outside that. And so he wrote several books that was sort of collecting those. So there was one especially on card games, but there was also books where he explored his own games that he had designed, but also his friends had sort of designed. A lot of sort of abstract strategy games. That probably the most famous book is called A Gamut of Games. Anybody who wants to design games, I'd really recommend seeking out the books. They're mostly still in print, or you can find a secondhand copy. But we were sort of saying he's almost like the Eric Martin or something like that of the 60s and 70s, in that, he was just trying to kind of bring it, get all the information, all of games out there, and he'd kind of use that as his own inspiration. And he was just a really, really great writer, and just from I guess a kind of a different time. We were sort of saying, I wonder what he would think of, things now.
Right.
Given the different the different way things are going, but but
that's
definitely
really neat.
recommend checking out. And also, if for folks in the States, there's I think it's called the Museum of Play. I think it's in North Carolina. Has his archives actually, and they're slowly digitizing them. But you can also visit and actually see like his notebooks and all his it's really, really fascinating stuff.
That's neat. That's neat. Tentarla says he loves Acquire. I have not played Acquire.
Oh, I'd really, it's really fantastic. I mean, that's the kind of, I think, the fact that we are still playing like Can't Stop, and I think people will still play Acquire. Like some of his games had the real timeless sort of quality about them.
Right.
And I think that's it's really, really quite great.
Nice.
Well, I'm just going to keep going. 10s and 9s. It's all about 10s and 9s for me.
So another thing too, Matthew, if you fill in those rows all the way to the end and they still keep coming up, you can select them as your values, but you won't get any more points.
Sure. Okay.
So it's fine. It's fine, but there's just a point where you just don't score anymore.
I'm sorry. So the game ends once one of the rows on the 5th, or all
Correct.
of the rows in the 5th?
Just one.
Just one.
Just one. Yep. All right.
That's a different game. Just one.
It is. All right. Well, okay. I feel like next step. Do you have the? Do you own the Steam app at all, Matthew? Do you play any games on Steam?
I do have the Steam app. I do play a few things. Maybe not so much, but yeah, I have been.
Okay, because that might be a fun one to play something on Steam for the next time you come on the show.
Yeah, definitely. I'd definitely be up for that.
To show something that has a little bit different graphics to it.
Yes.
But
slightly different quality.
Yeah.
Although I guess the thing is that I hope my computer will run okay. Like that's the only thing about I would love to play, if we wanted to play. I'm not sure if you like something like Wingspan or something. Like I'd love to try the Steam app of that, for example.
Oh yeah, of Wingspan.
Yeah, that would be fun. I've heard a lot of good things about the Wingspan game on Steam, but I have yet to play it. I've only played the physical game, and I enjoy it quite a lot. But yeah, that would be kind of cool to play it. But yes, it is a computer hog. It is a computer hog. Yeah. Oh gosh. Okay. So my fifth dice,
I have 1, 2, and 5 are my 5th dice, and Matthew is still open.
And that means you must choose a 5th die that can go in one of those columns.
Correct.
Is that right? Like in one of those
Correct.
first, yeah. But you can't choose the 6, for example, as a
Correct.
5th die.
Yeah. Michelle says she loves the Wingspan app, but the AI kicked her butt. Yeah, it could be quite difficult. Oh, good gravy. What am I doing? I will choose that one. I don't like starting new rows so often because that eliminates, that kind of spreads out your numbers, but you also accumulate more negative points. So.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So now if only the Lorenzo AI could do the same. Yeah. Lorenzo Magnifico, that's one of Michelle's go-to games. Have you played that one, Matthew?
It's one of my favorite games. Well,
Really?
Probably my favorite Euro game is actually Grand Austria Hotel, which is
I love Grand Austria.
It's not the same set of designers, but it's we played it at least, I don't know, 30 times during the pandemic.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And the expansion, have you got the expansion, like the Kickstarter expansion?
I have not yet. I'm just so, I enjoy the base game, and so I've heard really good things about the expansion too, so, do you have the expansion?
Be that person who goes like, oh, have you got, because the base game is fantastic, and we played it like 50 times.
Yeah.
Very, very happy. I think it was,
Yeah.
I think it makes sense when it gets to that point, but I could really recommend that as well. Although, because for me, it's just with games like that with decks of cards, it's just sometimes just having an extra 40 cards or something just gives a little freshness.
Nice. And oh my gosh, Matthew, we have a raid from Ruel Gaviola.
Oh.
Hello, Raiders.
Oh, Ruel. Hi.
Welcome in, friends. I'm Jess. This is Welcome Wednesdays. I am joined by the wonderful game designer Matthew Dunstan here. We're just playing some games on Board Game Arena. Welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. What were you all doing on Ruel's channel? Yeah. For those that aren't aware, I do a board game Twitch streaming on Mondays and Wednesdays, usually tabletop stuff that you all can play with the chat. And this month of February, I am fortunate enough to be joined by some lovely guests every time I stream. So today it is Matthew Dunstan. He is a game designer of games such as Vivid Memories and Professor Evil and the Citadel of Time that he co-designed with Brett J. Gilbert, as well as some of the adventure games and so many things. I'm sure you have probably played at least one of his titles. So thank you. Welcome in, and hello to all the new followers and whatnot. Ruel says he soloed Dice City and then previewed the Star Wars Jabba's Palace love letter game.
That looks like some sort of what is it, like what's that game where you join words randomly together or something?
Oh is it paperback or
no, it's like where you have like a cute, like quips or something, where you have a book and you just sort of like write one word and then you flip the page or something. And Mad Libs. Thank you.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Someone, how can I come up with a new title of a game? Star Wars Jabba Palace Love Letter or something.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Just fill in the thing. Oh, I used to love doing Mad Libs. Have you ever done Mad Libs, Matthew?
That's why I couldn't remember it, because I think it's quite an American thing. It never was really much. Like what I know of it, I've picked up from popular culture, not that I've ever actually played it. So
yeah. Well, welcome in, friends. We are kind of winding down the stream. Matthew and I have just been chit-chatting and playing some games here. He snuck out a win on Potion Explosion against me, even though I was hyping up my skills. It did not pan out for me, but yeah. So thank you for that. Grand Austria Hotel is the best. So yeah, and it sounds like, Matthew, you may have a rival on Lorenzo. Michelle loves to play Lorenzo El Magnifico, so you might have an opponent to play that against if you will.
Yeah, no, I love and Simone is a great designer, and actually I'm working with him as a developer. We'll have a game. Phil Walker Harding and I will have a game with Cranio. I hope that it will be released next year.
Oh wow!
And yeah, Simone is really great to work with.
That is awesome. I just played the Tetris board game that Phil Walker Harding did the implementation of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Have you played that one, or have you seen it at all?
Is it Tetris? Is it actually a Tetris branded game? Or?
Yes, it is Tetris approved. It has the seal from the Tetris, I don't know, corporation or whatever.
No, I don't know about it actually.
It's polyomino. It's polyomino like the game in Tetris, but you have these clear shields, and you're sliding in these clear polyomino pieces into each little individual shield. However, each of the spaces on the shield itself are ridged, so you can't flip them around like you would do in the regular video game, where like you wait till the right moment and then you shift it over to like fit a gap of something, to make the Tetris piece fit. It's like once it's allocated in that slot, it just goes straight down. So you could have gaps, you could have spaces, and it's really clever. It's super fast, just strategy game, but it captures the theme of Tetris very well. So, and I don't know if it was just the U.S. publication, but Phil Walker Harding was behind it. So yeah, that's so funny that you mentioned his name. I'm looking forward to all of your new stuff that's going on. That's coming up. It's super exciting. I'm really happy for you.
Thank you. No, I mean, I'm a huge fan of Phil as well. Like, I mean, he's just a great designer, great person, and so I'm glad. I'm looking it up. I'm looking up the game. Yeah, I guess he worked with Buffalo because they did the like that camping. What was it called?
Summer camp.
There was a summer camp. I'm pretty sure that was with Buffalo as well.
Okay.
And I think they're mostly US based. Yeah, so I suspect that it may just be US, but. Not that I've been to many. I mean, Czech Republic's obviously a bit different because we don't get quite the same range of games. But yeah.
So yes, friends, if you are just joining, if you have any questions for Matthew, we're just winding down playing this last game of Can't Stop Express before we send you all on a raid train. But feel free to ask away. He is a wonderful designer. He also enjoys cooking. So anything about food, he will answer some of your cooking questions. He gave me some suggestions for some good recipes on what to do with whole grain mustard. So he's a wealth of knowledge.
Whether it's any good or not.
Okay.
I'm happy to help. I saw Michelle saying I'm also looking forward to Darwin's Journey, also from the same. The Italian designers are really interesting because they're just you have to look very carefully because they all mix together in different ways. They work in different teams, and it's sort of fascinating how it works. But I'm looking forward to Darwin's Journey as well.
Yeah.
I need to select. Sorry.
No, take your time. I'm doing my hosting thing.
Yeah, no. I can pretend that it needs my full attention all the time, but I think I could probably work out. Oh, I must say I feel like I'm getting quite lucky generally, but I don't know.
What are your
let's see?
What are your fifth die values? Oh, you're still going with 1s and 2s. Oh wow. Wow, you don't even have a third value yet. Wow, that is really nice. Yeah. Michelle,
I feel like there must be some like good combination, like sticking to. I'm only taking the high 5th die, and I'm going to focus on the lower numbers, or I'm going to, there must be some sort of.
Yes, there is definitely a strategy. There's definitely a strategy. I know that the less rows that you start, the better your game will be, but also it could be a quicker game for you too, because you're limiting your options. So, yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh yes, because we don't. If I stop, it doesn't stop for everybody. It just stops for me. So I see.
Correct.
Yeah, that's it. So actually, spreading out the 5th die value is the best. If you want more turns, is the best thing to do.
Yeah. I
which is not
am
always good.
still just beaming at the fact that you love Grand Austria Hotel. It's just an amazing game. Like I feel like we need to make this happen so you can play this with me on stream, because I just it is such a table hog though. But
yeah, I think that would be quite tricky because there's a lot of well, I don't know. I wonder if they will make an app ever. It would be the funny thing is I only really played it 2-player. Because I know a lot of people sort of talk about downtime and stuff at more than 2 players.
Yes.
I find it's like just as 2 players, it's fantastic, and the snake draft works really well with 2 players. So
yes.
You don't have to really change that. But yeah, I don't know. But yes, I'd be happy to play it. Certainly a 2-player game with you if we could figure it out. But I have no idea how I would fit it on things.
We'll have to see if maybe Yukata might have it. Or Tabletopia or something like that. Michelle also prefers Grand Austria at 3. Yeah, I agree. But I have played it a bit at 2. So,
yeah, I feel like 2. It also gets. Yeah, I'm sure at 3 it's also. I guess you get all the. I think you get all the tension. Yeah, and actually, maybe the re-rolling is a little less harsh. Because I think in 3 players, if you choose to pass to get to bin a die and re-roll everything, I think that's quite tough because more people are kind of getting turns. But in 2 players, you can often. I think it's more viable to take that as an option to kind of pass.
Right. Has anyone else in the chat played Grand Austria Hotel? It's about running a hotel.
Funnily enough.
In Austria, I want to say in the 30s, right? It's
I guess so. I mean, it's like Grand Budapest Hotel, the movie, but in
yes.
board game
Oh my
form.
gosh. Okay. So speaking of that, Matthew, I often play Grand Austria Hotel while listening to the Grand Budapest Hotel soundtrack. Okay. Have you ever done that?
I haven't.
It is
I
amazing.
should try it. Unfortunately, my partner, who I play it with mostly, she runs a film museum. She's a huge cinephile. Unfortunately, doesn't like the film.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I would get away with that, but who knows? I could try it. She might not remember the music, with the.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Oh wow, yeah. So, Slivers, it is not like the Bloody Inn. No, it is not. It's different. Leifta has played it. Yes, thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it. It is a lovely game. Tantarlus said it was not a game for him, but that is okay. Sometimes games fit with certain game players, and sometimes they don't, and that's why there's just a plethora of games for everyone.
Exactly.
So yeah. Oh my gosh, Matthew, you're at -10. Oh my gosh, and you still only have 2 values. That's really good because you're closer to getting positive points, my friend. I am at -400, so your game is going swimmingly.
Well, I'm going to diversify into finally have my 3rd value for the 6th die. See how that goes.
No strategy. 19 games recorded on BGA and also played it on Yukata. I don't record those. Wait, Leifta, what have you played on Yukata? Let us know. Is Grand Austria Hotel on Yukata? If it is, then Matthew and I have a plan for next time he comes on the show.
Yes. That would be a good. I'm now looking at my own stats for. Hold on, let me find Grand Austria. I mean, I haven't been perfect. I've been pretty good at keeping stats, but not perfect.
Yeah.
How many times have we played?
We
played 34 times.
Oh my gosh. Grand Austria Hotel is on Yukata. Oh! Yes! Oh my gosh. Okay, Matthew.
Well, we definitely should play it then, yeah.
That's set.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have to play it on stream. We could just play it off stream in real life.
Yes, I worry about the kind of I don't know how many strategy games. I just remember when I was trying to play games on stream, I could only do the simplest type of games because the kind of mental overload of running a stream at the same time is
Oh no, I don't mind if I do terrible at a game.
Okay, good, perfect.
I just enjoy playing games with people. I mean, I played that Grand Austria Hotel. I played it with Russell from For Chits and Giggles on a TLN stream, and we only had 2 hours to play it, and it was just amazing to have him play with me. But then he I think he lapped my score because he just had so much more of a strategy than I did. Plus running a stream, so it's fine. I don't mind it at all. But that's really intriguing now that it's on Yukata, as well as Underwater Cities. Oh, okay.
I'd love to try. I haven't never played that. I'd like to try it sometime.
Yeah. Okay.
I've only played Terraforming Mars once as a person who likes sort of card-based strategy games. I've just never. I'm quite intrigued by. I know there's been so much buzz around. What's it called? The zoo one, Arc Nova.
Oh yes.
Have you played that or
I have not. No, I have not.
Matter?
There's so many games out that I'm like, oh, good gravy. It's just, I'm fortunate if I get to go to the game store and not walk away with just one game, because oftentimes when I go to the game store, it's like, oh, I could do this. I could use this for streaming. And oh, I've always heard such good things about this game. And oh, wait, do I have the budget for this game? Oh, it's fine.
Yeah.
And it's definitely a problem. But it's all
It's not a problem. You've got it under control.
Thank you. You heard it first, dear friends. Matthew Dunstan told me my gaming purchases are not a problem. No, I've just been so fortunate to have people support me financially, and honestly, friends, all of that funding goes towards me purchasing board games. So I don't get any royalties or any paycheck or anything like that. All the Twitch bits, all the subscriptions, all the Patreon funds, all of that goes directly towards purchasing games, and making this community more engaged for all of you. So
that's very kind of you. Very
yeah.
cool.
Okay, so now I am at this fun dilemma, Matthew, where you and I are both at this fun dilemma where none of our 5th die values are shown on this roll. So we basically get a free roll where we don't have to mark a 5th die value. We just take the pairs.
I can't see anything. Am I?
Oh, did you already choose something?
Yeah, I already chose.
Oh, you might have chosen something.
There was a 6 for me, so I could.
Oh, you could. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, you did choose the 6. Okay, so for me,
I did have a choice. I had to take the 6. Yeah.
Got it. Okay, so 3, 4, and 6 for me. I can basically do a free roll, a free choice, which is quite nice. I like that. So I will do this here.
Very nice.
Okay.
You're in the lead.
Oh gosh, barely. With negative points, I am in the lead. Okay. Oh no, now it seems like, do I have to start a new row? Oh goodness. Oh, that's problematic. Oh no. Oh gosh.
You don't have much of a choice.
I don't.
Yeah, it's quite a low roll, isn't it?
Yeah, that's fine. There goes my open score, my lead score. Now it's back to Matthew leading the way. Oh goodness. You're back in it, sir. All right. Getting close here. I like on Board Game Arena, it calculates your points as you're playing. I can't math that quickly.
No. I don't think you'd want to.
Right? So, okay. Well, I will do
This is quite nice, actually. Is it kind of in print, this game, or is it really only You can almost say anything.
Yes, I have it right here. Da 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 da. Da 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 da.
Trying to see it properly. Oh yeah.
It's a small box game.
I'll have to check it out.
It's
Oh no.
Eagle Griffin published it.
Yeah. They were the for sure.
But yeah, it's a small box game, and it comes the score pads that you see there are double-sided. So you can play that, or you can just use a paper and pen, honestly, and 5d6. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Gus says one of the great ones that as long as you have 5 dice in the score sheets, you can virtually play anywhere. Yeah.
We should license it to Postmark Games for the next thing.
Hey.
No.
Yeah. What is up on deck for you all with Postmark? You said you're working on something. Is there going to be more maps with voyages coming as well?
There will be, yes. We'll hopefully in the next few months we'll release at least one or two new maps. Sort of working on some new things, but yeah, we're hoping to release hopefully either one or two whole new games this year. But
okay.
It'll depend on we're actively working on them at the moment, so we'll have to see how that goes.
Nice. That is awesome.
So yeah, so if I select the one here, that will end my game because once you fill a row, it's over. That's right.
Correct.
Isn't it? Okay, so I will not do that because.
Oh, and we're both in the positives now. Oh, okay. So, this is going to be the last roll for myself because I only have ones available to me. So, what is going to be good for me to get some positive points here? I think it will be this one. Oh, okay. That's not terrible. That is not terrible. All right. So my final score I got is 120 points, which is much better than what I scored last week. So I will roll that over into new scores here. Gus, if you're still playing, let us know in the chat what your score is. And Matthew is still going to do some rolls here of the dice.
Well, this is going to be my final turn now, I think.
Okay.
That's not going to change. So either a 10 or a 4. Take the 10, I guess. Oh, 10 and a 9 will work nicely.
All right. Oh, cool. So Matthew, you got 360 points, which puts you in second place in our tournament, sir.
Excellent.
Very nice. Wim the Webmaster is in first with 430 as per usual.
Wim is a genius. He's every time they come onto the voyages where we play voyages, Wim's like done 3 stars and the rest of us haven't done anything or something. You know?
Yes, there's a reason why they are called Wim the Webmaster. So yes. Yeah. All right. So Matthew, you are in the running to get yourself a bag of swag from me. Fun stuff. Okay. I do ship internationally, sir. So
well, I was going to say, Jess, I'm also very happy. I'm not slightly out of screen, but I have like piles of games here, which I would be happy to offer to maybe more to European shipping. But I'm happy to, if you wanted to run a European-based competition, happy to provide something for you for that.
Oh, yes, that would be awesome. Okay, so those are. What do you have currently? Do you have adventure games? Is that what I'm seeing over there?
So I have copies of Echoes, which is our new audio mystery game from Ravensburger.
Yes.
I have some copies of the adventure games. I have a few copies of Vivid Memories. Probably have a Roll for Adventure. We'll talk. I have some amount of things that could be.
Oh, that is amazing. Yeah. Thank you, Matthew. Yes, that would be really, really great. I'm sure my viewers would love to get something from you, especially those over over in Europe, because I know with me being in the States, having to ship things overseas could be quite timely. So if they could get somebody to send things from their side of the ocean, it might get to them a little bit faster.
Yeah.
So,
very happy to.
yeah. But this has been quite the pleasure. Thank you so much, Matthew. And
Thank
friends, catch Matthew Dunstan on everything that he's doing through Postmark Games and through his other game designs on Twitter. And stay tuned also on Twitch too. So let's see. It is your channel, Matthew. Oh goodness. What just happened? There we go. Your channel, Matthew, is twitch.tv.
MT Dunstan.
MT Dunstan. Okay. Tan says he'll need to check when the second wave of Echoes games, the German, gets released.
They're out. The Ring has been released, so that's the fourth one. At least I have copies of it. So
okay.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be available soon.
Okay, so friends, if you want to learn more about game design or possibly see some playthroughs of he and Rory's game Voyages, a print and play game that is often streamed on his channel there. So go ahead and give him a follow there so you can see all the notifications and other things that are happening via social media. You can see on his Twitter handle, Wise Goldfish. But what is upcoming for you in the next few weeks, Matthew? Are you going to be doing more? I know you said there's new things that are coming out, new games for you for Postmark, but you said possibly doing some conventions. You have an upcoming convention that you're going to attend?
Yeah, somewhat excitedly, actually. I'm going to the Cannes International Games Festival, which is kind of the French big festival. I've gone there a few times before. It's a really nice convention. Actually, one of my games, this is also a relatively new one called Bubble Stories. This is like a small, for young children, sort of 4+. It's like a text-free kind of like escape room adventure kind of thing. But this game has been nominated for the Children's Game of the Year in France. So
wow!
I will get to go to the. Who knows if I'll win, but that's a nice little thing to go and enjoy. So yeah, that's a nice little part of the trip. So yeah, that's what I've got coming up basically.
That's amazing. And friends, we'll have to. Matthew is going to come back like kind of once a quarter because of his busy schedule. He can squeeze in some time with us on stream, which I'm very fortunate that he agreed to do that. So it might be some Grand Austria Hotel. It might be, something else on Yukata. I might physically just get a board game to the table and like move around his pieces. He could just dictate like how we did with Chocolate Factory.
Push that. I need like some stick, like where they had like moved the boats in the war. Like move this peasant. Yes,
like we did with Chocolate Factory, and I was like, "Here, Matthew,
yes.
I gave you a token," and it was like through the power of the internet, it worked. So, this has been such a pleasure, my friend. Thank you again for joining me. I hope you all enjoyed watching us play and chat, and just enjoy your Wednesday. Next week, friends, I am going to be joined by a few more guests. I have Luna, Aspie Gamer Girl, is going to join me on stream. Game to be determined. I don't know where we're going to play. Probably a fun little roll and write. And then on Wednesday, I am joined by Matthew from Room 51 Live. He and I are going to be playing The Lost Ruins of Arnak on Board Game Arena because he has heard so much hype about that game and has yet to play it. So that's going to be really fun. But this week, tomorrow, on Book of Nerds channel, friends, I'm going to be joined on his channel. John and I are going to play Cartographers together for our J Squared, as we're calling the show, John and Jess. So stay tuned for that. That's twitch.tv/Book of Nerds. But for all of those friends that are here and lurking and working, I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for joining us today. Who shall we raid? Who do we see online right now that we should do a raid? If anyone has any suggestions, let me know in the chat. Otherwise, I'm going to go for some board gaming. board game and family. Let's see. We have got, I know the Losers are going to be on here. Will Cook for board games. It's Matt. Yes, it is Matt.
Oh. Hi, Zed. There you go.
Yeah.
Been a while.
So yeah, we've got, I don't see anyone here yet that's board game related just yet. Oh yeah, well, and Jess too. Hi, yes, hello.
I'm not sure if you saw this, Jess, but Zayt posted they got the badge on Board Game Arena playing every single game in the catalog at least once.
Whoa, that is awesome! I didn't know that was a badge. That is awesome. That's so very cool.
I can't remember what it's called, so you could correct me, I guess.
Yeah, we'll see. Let's see. I think the Losers are going to be on in just a couple minutes, so we could probably hang out for just a sec here, Matthew, and chat a little bit. Yes,
Tian says, Losers are like is that what you said? Oh, they're coming on at 10. Is that the?
Yeah, I believe so. The Nobel Prize, says 8. Wow. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. And yes, it will be harder to get as more games get acquired. And since Asmodee kind of took over, there are quite a few more games on there. So yeah, that would be quite nice. So yeah, this is going to be a regular thing. We'll have to work in progress, I think, is we're going to call the show for now. Right, Matthew, for you and I.
Just like game design and our relationship, it's a work in progress.
It's a work in progress. Yeah. That's so nice. It has a nice ring to it. I like it. I like it a lot. Gus asked, Matthew, what game design are you most proud of? Ooh,
oh gosh,
that's a loaded
like
question.
Which child are you most proud of, or something like that? I think it'd have to be some. I mean, Elysium is still kind of my favorite in some ways. My favorite game. There is a game coming out from AEG. It is on Board Game Geek now. It'll come out very in the next few months, called the what are they calling it now? Sorry, everything changes. The Guild of Merchant Explorers.
Okay.
Which is kind of a flip and write, but it's a slightly bigger. It's like a flip and write crossed with Kingdom Builder. Is maybe the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
It's something that sometimes you don't. I'm not that I don't look forward to playing the games once they're released, but it's like such a long process that sometimes once a game comes out, you've sort of moved on to the next thing.
Right.
And you're like, oh, I don't want to play that old stuff. The hype has gone away already for me.
Right.
But this one I really, really want to play, like even several years after having worked on it and developed it. So I think that's a good sign.
Good.
I'm looking forward to that very much as well.
Yeah, I kind of saw that insurgence happening with Chocolate Factory, because that game was out for a while and then it hit BGA and then it just exploded. At least I saw this online presence about it, and I was like, I've owned this game for like 3 or 4 years now. And I love it, and I've been playing it. I've been teaching people how to play it, and then you and I got the pleasure of playing it together, and then it was just this whole new wave of this is a brand new hot game, and I'm like, yes and no. Yes, it's great for new people that have just learned how to play it, but it has been around for a while, which I think is so great. About games in general, right? Is that some people kind of latch onto it, and then they see oh my gosh, have you heard about this game? And it's a whole new realm of possibilities for people.
Yeah, I mean about that, it's just such a nice. It's very rare for a game once it sort of starts the sort of downward trajectory, after release, for it to sort of bump back up. But to have something like that is really, it's just a really nice thing actually.
Yeah.
To have that, so it's a really good positive thing from Board Game Arena, certainly. I think.
Leaf has played at least 200 of the games on Board Game Arena. Oh goodness,
very impressive.
That is very impressive. Very impressive. Zate says that Chocolate Factory is really well implemented on BGA. Agreed, but you can't beat those deluxe bits. That's right. That
is true.
The chocolates that look like chocolate.
Less chance you're going to eat a wooden piece on Board Game Arena, but
that is very true. Yeah. to have those pieces that you're playing with, and you're like, wait, where are my snacks? Like, your game snacks have to be like different in size. And then, like, here, I'm gonna have a bowl of fruit over here while I play Chocolate Factory, so I don't get tempted to eat those things.
That's what I love, actually. Grapes are one of my favorite board gaming snacks because
Okay.
I don't feel bad if I eat a lot of them, and they don't have any like grease or anything. You know, it's like it's
That is very true. I've also heard people using chopsticks when they play games.
Oh.
So if they want to have like those cheesy snacks or like those messy snacks, they could use chopsticks to eat, and then they could take their turn, and they're only utilizing the chopsticks for eating.
But then you're introducing a new dexterity game, aren't you? You know,
it's a metagame, right?
That you don't drop the thing that you're trying to eat onto the board.
That's true. That's true. Here is my piece of sushi that I'm eating right now. Please
gosh, I've had so many. We had a very close call with with Vivid Memories. So I played my production copy.
Okay.
They arrived recently, and I played it with my partner for the first time, and she almost spilt a whole cup of tea over the board.
Oh no!
Having just I just unwrapped it, of the.
Oh no!
But no, thankfully it was okay. Well, actually, it was very lucky spill actually that it basically missed everything except it got her, which is obviously worse. But she's okay. But anyway.
Yeah. Man.
Bit of excitement.
Yeah. I am looking forward to playing my copy of Vivid Memories. I got it as a giveaway actually from watching a stream. From the Watch It Played, and Board Brain in a Jar had some copies, and Watch It Played had kind of, I guess, bonus tokens or something along the lines. I wasn't sure if Rodney had some extra stuff. I don't know, but it came directly from Canada, from Rodney Smith himself, which was very kind.
Yeah, I really love Rodney. I somehow managed to send him my very first game. I don't know why. I thought he might like it, so I just sent it to him. I mean, this was 8 years ago.
Yeah.
But it's just even then you sort of he was so kind about it, and so just it's just one of the constants. No matter how the context of what you're doing or the kind of your fame or whatever that is, it's just one of the kind of I've been really very impressed. But anyway.
Very nice guy. We all love Rodney, so I think Losers are live now, Matthew, so we're gonna go ahead and send
people
the raid.
Who sick of us
sick of us chatting. So much talking. Enough of this chit chat, friends. We're gonna say goodbye. Enjoy the rest of your week, friends, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.
Bye.